Hey yo, E-King's Fight News. Man, we're doing the World Cup and boxing. E-King Fight News, man. Shout out to the whole team, all the subscribers. And World Boxing News has this headline. Straight up, Joseph Parker saying Anthony Joshua is not ready for Deontay Wilder. That's right, he's not ready. He's changed his tune, and he ain't ready for that bronze bomber. E-King Fight News, more on this. So as you can see, Parker saying, man, Wilder, that punch is something that Joshua just might be afraid of. You know, he completely changed his tune, man. Y'all remember, do y'all remember when Anthony Joshua was talking about, hey, I'm training for Wilder next. Wilder can get it. It's no problem. Oh, all Wilder has to do is be reasonable. And it's no problem, man. Everybody can eat. Everybody can eat. Yo, I had to do that every single time. Because, man, those Joshua trolls that are sneak listening every single day. Oh, I had to give it to them. Because, honestly, man, they were bugging the shit out of me during this whole negotiation. And now that it's over, man, finally the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. So, you know, now everyone's going to have their opinion, man. Joseph Parker, talking about his opinion. Kubrat Pulev out here, talking about Eddie Hearn schizophrenic. He's a compulsive liar. Deontay Wilder calling Eddie Hearn the same thing, a compulsive liar. A guy who really didn't want this fight. Tyson Fury out here apologizing for both these hoes because they acted like hoes during the whole negotiations. But this is what Joseph Parker had to say, guys. I'm surprised. After the fight with me, he called Wilder out, but it seems to me he keeps changing his tune despite Wilder clearly wanting the fight. He wants to unify the division, speaking on Deontay Wilder. I speak to him often and can really sense the passion he has to be the undisputed champion. Joshua wants to unify too, but I don't think he is ready for Wilder. He wants to take that fight at the right time for him. And, you know, Joseph Parker believes Wilder has too much for Joshua to handle. And if that match were to happen, he believes Wilder would become the first undisputed heavyweight champion. It's weird. This article, World Boxing News, is saying the first undisputed champion since Evander Holyfield. I would give that to Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, to my knowledge, was the last undisputed heavyweight champion. But this would be America's first. Okay, so I see where they're coming from. Even though, I mean, Lennox Lewis, I mean, where is he from? He's from my country, actually, Lennox Lewis. He's from Canada. Y'all don't know. Okay. So Joseph Parker also went on to say that he has scary one-punch knockout power and he would take him to win. But boxing is a funny game and I could be proven wrong. Tyson Fury also predicted the same thing. He believes Wilder knocks out Joshua in a clean and decisive fashion. And, you know, promoter Eddie Hearn, trainer Rob McCracken have maneuvered their man away from Wilder. They've gotten him as far away from Wilder as possible. As far away. Oh, we gotta keep this guy. We gotta keep him away from Wilder. You know, that's the modus operandi, man. That's the agenda of Eddie Hearn. Keep this man, keep him talking about Wilder, but that's when it comes to getting in the ring, that's not what they're about. It just isn't what they're about. It's not in their character. It's not in their character to make a fight with Deontay Wilder. It just isn't. You mean you look at Anthony Joshua, what does he have to say? What does Anthony Joshua have to say about Deontay Wilder? Oh yeah, he's been fucking silent. He's got a gag order. They got this dude in a room somewhere with a ball wrapped around his fucking mouth. I'm sorry, but they call it a gag order for a reason, right? They're forcing this boy not to talk. That's what it's like out there in Eddie Hearn world, man. That's what it's like. If he don't want you to talk, man, these guys, they just shut up, man. They just shut up. Shut up, Joshua. Joshua, you gotta shut up. Don't talk about Wilder. Yeah, now I might be getting it too far, but it is what it is, man. It really is what it is. There's another headline out here. I don't know if you caught on to this, but the WBC is looking to rank. You see how this isn't a coincidence? The WBC is looking to rank Tyson Fury, put him back in the top 10, and you know how that works. These two guys might be on a collision course for 2018. Or maybe 2019, right? But just check this out for a minute. World Boxing News with the exclusive. Okay, once again, shout out to World Boxing News. The headline over there: Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, title possibility with WBC considering a ratings return. So I reported on this last week. Tyson Fury could be in a voluntary position to fight Deontay Wilder by early 2019, following the WBC's consideration to rate the former world champion soon. So there you go. I mean, Mauricio Suleiman has been favorable when it comes to Tyson Fury coming back to boxing. We all know what Tyson Fury had to say. Knock on my door, Wilder, and I'll promise I'll answer. I'm the real heavyweight champion, so if you want some, I'll give it to you. And this is what Suleiman had to say to World Boxing News. Tyson Fury came back after a long layoff. He won a fight this month of June, so he could be very well be back in the WBC ratings, right? So hey, when Deontay Wilder says he's working on something, it just might rhyme with Burry, right? It just might be the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. You see that? Now this would be another great matchup, man. I mean, Deontay Wilder, he's someone that doesn't allow political affiliations. He doesn't allow guys like Eddie Hearn. You see how that works? Guys like Eddie Hearn are basically controlling who Joshua fights, who he can fight, when he can fight, where he controls everything about Anthony Joshua, the image, the sponsorships, all that whole shit, right? And AJ gets his money. That's great. He gets his money. You could say, oh, Wilder hasn't made 1/8 or 1/9 of Joshua's purse. Does Eddie Hearn put those purses out there, by the way? Does Eddie Hearn say how much Anthony Joshua's making, or are y'all just guessing? I mean, let's be real here. From what I'm hearing, Anthony Joshua has not re-signed with Matchroom Sport. And I believe his contract has expired. So we have to wait and see what Anthony Joshua does. I mean, he seems to be all for Eddie Hearn. But if he wants to fight Deontay Wilder, he should do himself a favor and get as far away from Eddie Hearn as humanly possible. It would help his PR, and it would help his public image, and it would prove that he's not ducking Deontay Wilder, because we know Eddie Hearn wants no parts of that fight. That's just point blank, period. And the other thing Anthony Joshua has to do is work on his boxing. His defense is very poor. I saw Joseph Parker get on the inside way too easily. I saw Joseph Parker land body shots. Joseph Parker damn near could have won that fight. It was a close fight. It was a close fight, and the only reason the scorecards were as close or as far apart as they were was because we all know the fight was in the UK, where they can't stop, they can't stop getting off of Joshua's nutsack. The judges are all over Joshua. And that would have been something that also came up in that Wilder negotiation. Because guess what? Guess who had exclusive rights to choose the officials? The appointed officials for a matchup between Wilder and Joshua. That's right, it was Team Joshua. So, man, they have everything set up. They try and do everything possible to set up a situation that's favorable for Anthony Joshua to win in the UK. That is something a lot of these fans out here don't want to... They don't want to bring that up, right? They don't want to bring up the fact that Eddie Hearn rigs every fucking thing to make sure Joshua wins, right? I mean, what? Big Baby Miller thought... You see, people on my comments, all those fake-ass fans, they always get it twisted. I've seen several comments where they told me, hey, you said that Joseph Parker beat Anthony Joshua. That's not true. You know what I said? All I said was Jarrell Miller had Joseph Parker winning. You know, who else had Joseph Parker winning? Deontay Wilder had Joseph Parker winning. When I saw that fight, I didn't judge it. The eyeball test told me it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. And the ref was a fucking dumbass. The way he didn't let the fighters fight. So the ref ruined the fight. And the fight could have went either way. That's my take on the Parker fight. There were so many close rounds, and I didn't see Joshua land any real clean, effective shots. I saw a lot of shots that landed on the elbows, landed on the shoulders. He landed a few good shots. He did land a few good shots. But Joseph Parker, I told you guys he had a chin. I told you guys that fight would go the distance. I told you guys Josh was probably going to win decision. So I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about, man. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, the dude's a duck. I told you guys that from day one. And guess what? It gets proven in spades. So Eat King Fight News, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Joseph Parker thinks Wilder KOs Joshua. And I gotta bounce, man.